Good morning, everybody. It is 02 a.m. here in Okinawa, Japan. I'm always up around this time, working, grinding, doing my thing. All right, so I'm back for another week. I think I'm going to slow it down to like once a week. That way it's good. Not trying to, this is not my year for YouTube. So I'm just getting started, getting comfortable. And, in a couple years, I'll make a big run on YouTube eventually. But got to get the content out first. That's what the grind is for. All right, so hope everybody's doing well. Today we're going to talk about the average millionaire has 7 streams of income. All right, very important stuff here. $1 million seems a far way off, but it's really not, especially if you're in the military and you're grinding out your 20 years. All right, so the first thing I want to talk about is, real quick, is a millionaire's income. All right, so what I call a $1 million income is if you have a $1 million dividend portfolio yielding 4% dividend interest or yield, you're making $40,000 a year in passive income. Okay, so most people think $1 million and they think, okay, $1 million in the bank, which is cool. But I'm only concerned about the income any asset produces. And there's many types of assets. All right, so if you're over $3,400 a month, you're making $1 million income. So whether that be retirement, with your disability, all kinds of things, right? So me and my wife already make that because of our houses and some other stuff, dividends. But I'm trying to reach $1 million visibly in a dividend portfolio and the income portfolio at that, hopefully 7-8%. That's my goal, right? In the next 3 to 4 years, easy. All right, so I'm looking for, just from dividends, at least that $3,500 a month, at least. Not even talking about houses and books and all that stuff, right? I'm trying to get it, right? I hope everybody's watching inflation. Stock market dropped yesterday. Yesterday was, February? I don't know what day you're on over there. So yesterday was like the 24th over there in America, and it dropped hard, right? I bought in. Today I got paid, bought in. Gonna get paid another payday, bought in. Now my income portfolio is producing income, which I'm using to buy in. Buy. I'm just buying in. Best yields ever, right? Might be the best yields for the next year or two. All right. And it might keep going down and buy better yields. All right. But anyway, off topic. Talked about income portfolio a couple videos ago. Now, before we get rich, we got to look at the 4 steps to becoming rich. All right. So before we just start investing in dividends and all this, let's look at real quick the 4 steps to become rich. And I'll leave a link to this article I wrote a year ago. Before I even paid off all my debt, I wrote a year ago. It's probably one of the most important things I've ever written, right? So you want to pay down debt, lower expenses, create multiple streams of income, and invest in assets. Okay? And now the reason why creating multiple streams of income and investing in assets are different, because you can create multiple streams of income by working, and we'll get into that later. All right. And what we want to do is create multiple passive income streams over time. We might not be able to start there, but we want to end there. We don't want to exchange time for money. And that's kind of the theme of this video. We don't want to exchange time for money. You can't really get rich exchanging time for money. Even if a doctor is making $300 a year or $300,000 a year, but he's exchanging time for money, there is a ceiling cap. But if that doctor had a medical blog, and he had an online course, while he's working, the course is making him money. Now he's more likely to become rich. All right, so that's the mindset. That's why you read a lot of books to get that mindset. Okay, so we went over the 4 steps. All right, today we're going to focus on creating multiple streams of income with the emphasis on passive income. All right, so the average millionaire, so the guy that you see walking around, you won't know he's a millionaire. While he's driving around in his car, he's making money. Something out there is making him money, whether it be a rental property, a blog, creative work, NFTs, crypto, whatever. Something's making him money. He might be working a day job. He might be right next to you, but something's making him money while he's walking around. All right. Now, is anything making you money? Okay. Chances are your only stream of income is your work. I live that life, right? So I'm not judging you. For 20 years in the United States Marine Corps, which I've been a part of for now 23 years, I lived that life, right? So for the first 20 years, I went to work. Okay. I got my paycheck, and I won't say I struggled, but I wasn't ahead. I promise you that. I definitely wasn't ahead. I didn't feel like I was rich or anything. Okay. Because there's only so much you can do with your paycheck. You get your little pay raise, right, on the 1st of the January. You might get your BAH allowance increase. Cool. But is that enough? Especially today with inflation. I think our rate was 2.5% we got in the military, and inflation was 7.1%. So you're losing money. All right, so the average household in America has one or two incomes, and they are the two people working have two incomes, one each. And I'm telling you, it's not going to be enough. Things are looking very dire. If you're living in a fantasy world where you think that you're just going to get ahead with gas prices, our energy bill went up 80%, right? Because people can do it now. So if you think you're going to get ahead, be very careful, be very cautious. Your money has to be working for you at all times. Every single dollar needs to be working for you. Okay, so that most Americans have one income stream. Now think about it. What's more risky? Having one income stream and somebody walks in and says, hey, you're fired. What are you going to do? Or you can supplement that on the side doing various things. All right, so that's why the average millionaire has 7 streams of income. It's very risky having one job and working, even if it's in the government. We know government types. Hey, your leg breaks, cool. They'll give you a year, you're getting out. You get a little pension, got it. It's cool. However, if you're planning on hitting E9, 05, 06, warrant officer 4, warrant officer 5, and you go hard down year 13, you're not going to be making those hundreds of $1,000s you thought, plus the fat retirement. Right? So we had to have this game plan. Trust me. I was very focused from E1 to E9, grinding, and I got there. But when I looked up from there, I realized I was like, that wasn't the answer to my financial problems. No, looking at the military pay chart and trying to think that, okay, I'll get here and I'll be okay. No, you won't. You got to be there when you're E4, E5. You got to be set then, comfortable then. All right, so but anyway, that's part of the mindset that we're going to talk about for the next 5 to 10 to 15 years that I keep yapping about, because that's what motivates me, right? That's my second life, right? I did the military thing. I'm still in, but I reached the top. E9 is nice, but now it's about generational wealth. That's it. Obviously, I'm not making money so I can look good. All right, that's secondary to me. That's not even third. All right, I'm making money so my kids look good. Okay, now make money while you sleep. That's passive income. That's probably gonna be my next video. Is what is passive income? Well, I'll break it down. All right, but the word passive has a lot of people confused. It's not easy to make passive income. You have to know what you're doing, or you have to do a lot of sweat equity, which means you have to grind. Yes, you can go invest in dividends, but you need to know what is going on with those things when they go down 5% in one day. Right? So you have to know, you have to read, you have to spend 2 to 5 hours a day on this stuff. No, it's not sexy. It's not Netflix. I get it. It's not. But nobody's coming to save you. So what else are you going to do? What else? What else? And, this is to my men out there. I was like, what else are men supposed to be talking about? Sports? Millionaires throwing the ball around? How's that going to affect you? Business, dividends, real estate. Right? That's what we should be talking about. We've gotten away from that. We've gotten to a luxury lifestyle where we're very comfortable. It's changing. Folks, it's changing. All right, so passive income. Usually it's a lot of work up front or a lot of money up front in the case of dividends for a later reward. Okay, everything's compounding. So it takes time, right? Most people don't have it in them to wait. Okay, this is what, February? Last January, I started my books. I made $3. Last month I made 110. Okay, now it's February. Last February I made like 25 bucks. Now I think I'm somewhere around 70 this month because it's a slow month, which is fine. All right, but I still went up, I don't know, 150%. So what if I go 150% up next year? All right, it's the slow grind. All right, going into the website, there's a billion websites. So what's going to establish you as somebody where they can go to? All right, so passive income, whatever you do is going to take time. Even dividends. My first dividend month was 6 cents. Now we're approaching $1,000 a month. But that's almost 3 years later. I get excited about 10 cents. I get more excited about $50. But it takes time. I couldn't even fathom a $50 and one dividend in June of 2019. Couldn't even fathom. I couldn't fathom a month of $50. But it feels good now, right? When inflation's happening and, my income stays the same. My stocks might go down, but my income stays the same. I'm buying more. Income's going up. But I read Seeking Alpha every day for an hour. I read a book every day for 30 minutes to an hour. I'm kind of tired after work now because I'm getting grinded out here in Okinawa. But, I spend 5 hours on books every day, right? I'm focused. I'm getting mine, right? But at the end of the day, in 5 years, I get out of the Marine Corps, I'm already going to have a business. I should be making, I don't know, $2,000 a month from all my business stuff, if not more. I'm good. Then be like, do you want to work? No, I don't. I work for myself now. And I can hire my kids. Then we could really expand. Right? My only limiting factor right now is I got to wake up and go to work for 8 hours a day. But I digress. So we want to work on passive income. Passive income, all right? And I'm going to get into what that is. Now, for your 7 streams of income, we have active income versus passive income, all right? I'm not necessarily saying earned income. I'm saying active income. Okay? Because even if you work for yourself, you're a consultant, you're a doctor with your own business, all right? You're still exchanging time for money. You're still active. All right, just because you own your own business and you're a business owner doesn't mean that's passive income. All right, it's a whole different mindset to have a passive business. It might not start passive. All right, so if you're a doctor, say you're a dentist, right, and you want to start a passive business, okay, you can start a physical business, right? Cool. And then about year 3, you get the money right, you fall back, okay, you hire a couple more guys, females, women, right? Put them in there, they're dentists. Right, you step up as a supervisor kind of person, make your your SOPs and all your standard operating procedures, and before you know it, you turn over your role to somebody else. All right, you got to pay that person a good wage, okay. But say you're making $200,000 a year working, investing, right? You turn it over to the next person, pay him $100,000, but you walk away with $100,000, but you're not working. And guess what? Since you have all your SOPs. You do another, you get to start the whole business from scratch. You already did it. You've already wrote everything down. All right, well, I'll hire 1 manager and 3 dentists, and this is the location I need. This is how much it's going to cost. Boom. Then you can sell the whole package as a franchise. Okay, hey, I can franchise this. My name is good. So Josh's Dentistry. Okay, you want to be part 2? Okay, here you go. Here's everything you need to know. Here's your build your own kit. Okay, pay me $1 million. Everything wrapped into one. All the information you need. Cool. Is a new dentist going to pay $1 million or whatever the case may be to get your package? If you're successful, they will. All right. So now you're passive. Now people are investing in you and your program. All right. That's a long-term mindset. Okay. So even if you have an active income, you can convert that to passive income. So when we're making our 7 streams of income, yes, if we're paying down debt, we can drive Uber, we can, deliver stuff, we can do all that stuff. I got it. For a short term, pay off your debt. Then if you want to build your income or your dividend portfolio really quickly, then yes, do that kind of stuff. Put it all in the dividends, right? And get comfortable, get $500 a month in dividends. And then take a step back and say, okay, how do I process the next step? Right? If you like doing nails, cool. Do nails, got it. That's awesome. But how do we make that passive? Okay, YouTube videos of it. I can make a training session. I can make an online course. Or okay, cool. I do nails in my house, but I have all kinds of whatever T-shirts or other items around that I can make money when people come in. They're like, oh, cool, cool. Let me get that one. Let me get that one. Let me do this. Okay, so whatever it is, so you might have active income, by somebody coming in to do their nails, but now you're making product sales. You're doing this. Hey, check out my blog. Do this, do that. So now you're having a passive income on the side. So you're doubling, tripling your money for that same service. Okay, so you're not going to get this mindset randomly. All right, I'm on book number 95 in the last less than 2 years. It doesn't come naturally, right? We're not trained for this. Ever since school, we were trained to go to school and work a job. It's a very hard thing to break. I was talking to an E3 the other day and kind of explained it to him. He was struggling, right? He has a little bit of money in the bank, so he's kind of set his own path a little bit. But now I'm like, hey, you can invest, you can get the money passively, then you can kind of do what you want to do. And he's a 20-year-old kid. He's just mind is blown, right? And I was like, hey, you're gonna have a hard time. You're gonna have a hard time understanding this because we're not taught this. We're taught that work hard, go to work, and everything else. Yeah, go to work hard, but your money has to work for you. Okay, so again, I'll leave a link to 4 steps to become rich in there. Maybe some other things. I don't know. I'm trying to write everything down so I don't mess it up. But anyway, so passive income. My thing is it takes 10,000 hours to become successful at anything. The same with passive income, whatever your income stream is. All right, so what? I'm in 3 years into my dividends, and that's to say I spend an hour a day in all of that, right? So I'm at close to what? 1,000 hours, probably 2,000 hours in reading dividends and stuff like that, right? So by the time I hit that, I'm gonna have $3,000 a month in dividends. By the time I hit 10,000 hours, same with writing, same with all this stuff, right? So it takes time. Compounding doesn't just work with interest; it works with everything you do in life. All right. So each time I write an article and it floats out into the earth, into the ether, right? There's more of a chance that somebody finds me, but it takes time. It takes word of mouth. It takes all this stuff, right? So pass the word, right? Okay, finally. So now we're going to talk about passive income sources real quick, because I don't know, how long I've been talking. Dividends, of course. Okay, dividends, of course. I have all kinds of material on dividends. I mean, it's all in this book. Okay, so anyway, the book that I'm talking about today is free on my website. I should have mentioned that earlier. So you'll see the link down below. Grab that. You can buy it on Amazon. I got the hard copy. I did the paperback this week. So if you want to buy a paperback, go ahead. They're super expensive, but they're worth it. And the reason why I say they're worth it is because if you can finish a book, even if it's 50 pages, and it's colorful and it's everything like that, but now you can pass that. It's an asset. I try to make every single book I have like this open your mind. That's all it is. If you could take away one thing from books, and I read 95 books, long books, but within the first day, I'm like, okay, I took away what I need to take away from it. That's it. I've already, like, once you read, you kind of get the ideas and you start reading a lot. You're like, okay, I don't need 300 pages. I don't need 300 pages. I need 100 pages. I'm good. Less than that. Okay, because I already know what I need to take away from it. I read it. I'm like, oh, cool. And then they go into stories. They do all this stuff. And you're like, all right, man, like, I'm reading it because I'm going to, write my 5 takeaways. So I want to be honest. So I'm finishing them. But I don't need to. If I wasn't writing reviews, I wouldn't be. I was reading and toss it. Because, late in the book, I'm like, all right, guys, like, you're repeating yourself like I am now. All right, so dividends. I've been writing a lot about savings and bonds and stuff recently, right? Because that could be your first step, your first launching pad. I wrote like 5 articles about investing in bonds over the last week, right? Because I've always wanted to write that. That's the investing for interest is something I wanted to write because I already have investing for dividends. So I'm investing for interest. And I still got like 5 more to write, okay? But I've been knocking those out because I'm really intrigued because if you don't want to invest for dividends, there's still a way to invest, right? USDC be one of them, right? Which is my favorite investment right now. Okay, royalties. So that's creative works, right? I have a 6-part series on royalties and creative work. Okay, writing, blogging, podcasting, art, right? NFTs. Okay, photos. You can make money from all that stuff, right? And the good thing about this stuff is that you can get 7 streams of income directly from writing. Okay, I think I have it written down here somewhere. Hold on, give me a sec. Like, so I have my blog revenue, I have my ebook royalties, right? Then I have my blog affiliate marketing, I have ebook affiliate marketing, hardcover and paperbacks, audiobooks, which I haven't done yet. And then if I want to convert to foreign languages, that's just a start. That's just a start. And the thing about it is, when I'm creating a YouTube video, I just pull up my writing. It's already noted out. Like, it takes me 1 second, well, okay, 3 minutes to prepare for a YouTube video because everything's already written. So if it was me, I will write. I think writing is the best form because you can convert it to anything. I can literally go here and create a whole podcast just on this one article. And since I have 700 articles, I have enough videos and podcasts. I just don't have time. I got to work. Like, I'm already set. I'm already set on information. I'm on year 1. Year 1 and 2 months. I'm going to write forever. Right? So it's unlimited. Right? It's unlimited. Okay, so royalties, automated business. Okay, like I was talking about, automated business. That is when you put you outsource it, okay, and you automate it, or you hire management. Okay, so most people, they start, they're self-employed. That's not automated. All right, I'm gonna open a liquor store. Got it. Okay, and then you're gonna sit there as a manager to save money. You just create yourself a job. You can't add to your income because your income's based on people coming in. But what if you installed a manager once you're making money, right? You might make $15,000, $20,000 a year off that business, but now you're free to think of other ways. Like, okay, how can I bring more people into my business? Can I offer free drinks, right? Maybe not get it in a liquor store. Okay, can I have mixers? Can I advertise? Can people advertise inside here? What goes good with alcohol? I don't know, food, cheese. Can I have wine tasting? Can I have beer tastings here? How can I draw people in, make purchases? Right? Can I make this a gathering spot? You can't think like that when you're working in the grind, right? So, automated business. You want to start something, get it down pat, and automate it. Right? With writing, I have to do all the work myself, which is fine. A lot of people don't. They use ghostwriters. I don't want to do that. Right? That's just not something I'm into. Why? For me, that's not something I want to get into. So I'll write, but I can monetize my writing all kinds of different ways. Okay, so once my words are on paper, I have links to my blog. I have links to my Amazon books, right? I have links to Amazon affiliate stuff, right? Like, there's stuff everywhere. And then, once I create an online course, once I become a millionaire, I'm probably going to create an online course on how I did it and how I wrote my way and Marine Corps. I can tap into the military stuff, right? Hey, this is what I did for my career. This is how I started. This is, some of the methods to stay in shape the whole, years, right? There was no information when I joined the military on how to be successful in the military. I played it by ear, right? So there's a big market for that, by the way, hint, hint. There's a big market for people. People don't know what to do, right? People don't know that you could join the military as a cook and work your way up to being a colonel, right? In an air traffic control unit. I literally seen it. A general, by the way. Person's a general now. Started as a cook. Air traffic control community. So you can do whatever you want, right? But nobody knows about this stuff. And the people that get out of the military are like, hey, I'm good. Right? They're going to go to the VFW and hang out. Right? So there's a huge market for military. Military is probably the best option for young people right now. All right? It's literally the best option. Why? Because nobody can explain it. VA loan, college, responsibility. You get a job that you can probably parlay into some kind of job later. All the certificates now, they're going to give you free certificates. Are they going to pay for your certificates? Sec Plus, Sec Security Plus, Network Plus, whatever you want. You can get your college education inside the military. Become an officer, do this, do that. You can parlay the military into anything you want. And, your TSP now is getting matched. There's a whole, I don't talk about the military very often, but there's a whole subset of stuff you can get into, right? So if you're thinking about being a content creator, Military is not a bad thing. I mean, people, it's, my son's thinking about joining the military, right? So just saying, use this, okay? Use this, get ahead slowly, all right? But read, okay? My content is, I'm a middleman, all right? I'm a middleman. I don't profess to be the subject matter expert in anything, right? I'm the subject matter expert on Marine Corps air traffic control. That's it. Maintenance. Setting up expeditionary air traffic control. That's what I did for 23 years, right? So anything else I'm writing, I'm just a middleman. I'm reading books. I'm implementing these things. I'm letting you know what I'm implementing, but I'm sending you back to the source via the books I'm reading, right? Read the books. The book's going to affect you differently. You're going to react differently. Your goals are different, all right? You don't ever even have to invest in a dividend and become rich. Now that you have 9% USDC and you have bonds, treasury bonds, and all these different bonds, corporate bonds, you can do all that stuff. You can do all that stuff on the side. You don't got to be in the stock market if you're uncomfortable, right? But you have to know, you have to read. You have to read an hour a day. I know it's boring. But it's the best thing. I'm getting my son in the habit of reading. It's a slow process because it's not fun at first. But then you realize I can read somebody else's life in a week and learn from him or her in a week. Everything they've learned over 50 years. And the best parts. How they failed, how they succeeded. Cool. All right, let me implement that. And you don't got to implement it. You're just going to strike you with an idea like, okay, they did that. What if I tried that? Bam. But you got to read every day. My goal is a book a week, right? But if you start at a book a month, start. My biggest advice is you have to read. These people who are rich, people who are making millions of dollars, 7 streams of income, they're reading. They're not guessing. They're reading. They're making results-based decisions. All right, so you have to read. I'm going to beat it up. Read. Build wealth slowly. I'm the exact opposite of everybody on YouTube. I'm not flashy. I'm going to tell you it's hard. I'm going to tell you have to read books. Sorry. And I'm not planning on being a huge YouTube star for that. I can go and be like, oh, hey, $1,000 in dividends. Here's how to do it. Here's the 10 stocks to do it. Yeah, but I got like 80 stocks. Right? So take life seriously, right? People are going to look at you weird when you take life seriously. They really are. They're going to look at you like you're ridiculous because you're serious. But when your energy bill doubles, your house note doubles, right? Your insurance on your house doubles overnight. What are you going to do? Who are you going to blame? It's happening. All right, so that's all I got. I think I've been talking for a while, man. So I rather talk kind of long, kind of get into the whole thing. But the average millionaire, grab the book, 7 streams of income. So just start thinking, what's my first stream of income? Even if it's an active income, at least start thinking outside the box. Start thinking outside the box. Okay, hey, I got 2 hours. Let me grind. Okay, grind. And then once you're debt free, and you have a little bit of income coming in, and you have a little difference between what you're earning and what you're spending, expenses, and you have that little buffer zone, then you have some kind of little freedom to think, all right, now you need to make that little money, $500, $1,000, $5,000, make it work for you. Put that somewhere that is working. So then the next month you have even more, right? I wake up on the first of the month with, I don't know, $150 in my pocket from dividends. It's great. And then I'm going to keep building. I'm 41 years old, just turned 41. Think about when I'm 70. Think about I could parlay to my kids. Hey, kids, here you go. Oh, you're, buying a house. Cool. I'm going to toss you a dividend here. I'm going to toss you a whole portfolio, $2,000 a month. Go ahead. Enjoy. Pay for your house with that. Cool. Right? That's why we work. But our money's working for us. Anyway, let me get out of here. Average millionaire, 7 streams of income. Just start thinking, right? This isn't supposed to be the end-all, be-all of how to make 7 streams of income and everything else. But just start thinking. You're exchanging time for money. There's a limit on how much you can make. Even if you work 24 hours a day at $50 an hour, how much money? That's your limit. No matter what, you can't, right? But if I'm on the internet, what's my limit? If I'm willing to push YouTube and push out a YouTube video for the first year, pump out one video a day, and I have 365 videos by the end of the year, which is possible, then I could just pump out one a week, and people are like, oh, I like that one video. Oh, he has 365 more. Let me get into those. Now you're making all kinds of money, right? But it starts here, and you got to know what you're talking about. Read, 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 okay? Anyway, peace out. See you next week. Bye.